Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Digital Toolbox Podcast. I am your host, Emmanuel Tejada, and today we have a very, very special guest for you guys. We got Chris over from Black Diamond Design Landscaping. Chris, go ahead, man. Introduce yourself.
What's going on, man? That was good. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me. My brother's not here. He had to get a haircut, so I'm just going to take it from here. So my name is Chris, owner of Black Diamond Design Landscaping. We are a landscape, hardscape, paver patio company and landscape lighting company up here in upstate New York, a little outside of Albany, New York. And yeah, kind of big on trying to grow ourselves on Instagram, man, and do our thing. And met this guy right here, and we're just going to kill it today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this guy's being humble. He's saying that, they're trying to kill it on Instagram. This guy's got over 10K followers, making some of the best content that landscapers can make. Some of the best projects that landscapers can land. So,
40K,
Chris, I'm super glad to have you on,
TikTok
bro.
too.
And the thing that I love too is that you're super cool. You know, you're not one of these dickhead landscapers. You're super cool. You're giving advice. You're on there showing guys how to do it. So, Chris, I mean, how did you and your brother get started in landscaping? What made you guys even get started in this field?
Oh, geez. How far back you want to go?
Let's go to high school, man. Let's go to high school.
Damn, it was before that. So I'm a Lebanese and Italian, so I grew up with a big family. My mother is one of 14 kids, so I have a lot of aunts and uncles. And when we were younger, my parents, we didn't have much, so everything that they pretty much instilled in us is work hard for your money. Essentially, when we were younger, we had a lot of aunts and uncles that would want some landscaping and things around the house, and my brother and I would just tag along and say, all right, we can do that. Why not? Mulching, trimming, nothing crazy, edging out the beds, blah, 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 whatnot. And what we found that we loved about it wasn't just the money. It would only be like 50 to 100 bucks, but it wasn't just the money. It was after the job was done, the excitement that we would see in their face, and be like, we would love it. And we'd always wanted to start a business, but we just didn't know what it would be. And then a few years later, when we got 18, so I was like 15, so 18 years old, we're working for a pizza company, a pizza place. So I was slinging pizzas. I was basically the manager for the pizza place. I got my brother a job there. So we stayed there for about 3 years, till about 21. And then we jumped on with another landscaping company, local landscaping company, reputable, knew what they were doing, Brandon, whatnot, jumped on with them. And then I got my brother another job. That's what I do, I guess. And then, so I ran the lawn maintenance side and he ran the hardscaping side. So we basically honed in everything we could for those 4 years. My brother had a kid at 24 and came to me and was like, hey, you ready to start this? Let's, because we always talked about it. I was like, yeah, let's just do it. It was during the winter months, got everything ready. And then come that springtime, we kind of started up thinking that we were going to make fucking $1 million. We're going to crush it. This was in 2010. That's when we started. March 2010.
Wow.
Yeah, we started. And it was just, I sold my motorcycle at the time, bought a trailer, lawnmower. We're basically had some zero turn, and we didn't know business at the time, and we went to a rental company because we rented out a zero turn because we didn't have the money to buy it, and no creditors were gonna lend us money to buy a freaking zero, $15,000, $12,000 zero turn. I didn't have any money because we just bought a trailer, truck, blah blah blah. Well, my father helped us purchase a $12,000 truck, which was grateful. Paying it back a few years later, but we can get into that. And then where was I? So we didn't have the money. This rental company was charging us $1,500 a month just to get this thing paid off, and they charged us like $10,000 for this thing. So that was kind of hurting us a little bit because we had no lawns, literally. So we were literally hustling, got brochures, got business cards, went out, walked all these neighborhoods, went into the most expensive neighborhoods, with the rich houses and whatnot. Door knocked, introduced ourselves, got like 15 lawns that's the first year. So, and my brother just got a house. So all the money was basically just going to him. Everything was just going to him because, I was supporting him. I was still living at home at the time. And then after that, it was just year after year after year. I was just trying to grow. And that's when it basically just started, man. And just, we haven't stopped.
Holy shit. And are you the older brother or the younger brother?
I am the younger brother by 1 minute. He's older by a minute.
Oh, you guys are twins.
Yeah, we're twins. Yep.
Oh shit! Yep. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Damn. Yeah. We're twins. Yep. 1 minute.
1 minute. Hey, you got beat though. You're the older one. Oh, he's the older one.
No,
I
he's the
guess
other one. He's the other one. Yep.
the other way. He's the but dude, that's an awesome story right there. So you guys started in 2010. You guys didn't know business, and
No, didn't know anything. I was literally doing business, trying to, we didn't know taxes, how to pay your taxes, just giving it to the accountant, said, oh, this at the end of the year. We didn't fucking have much money. So we were just like using it just to put back into the business and just trying to grow it. You know what I mean? It just was just a hassle for, 5 years. I think 3 years in, we got our first hardscaping job. It was a small walkway. And
Mhm.
then that's when it started with that and just started getting more hardscaping jobs after that. And then business was just steady. And we wanted to just take it to the next level. We'd have employees and stuff like that, but we didn't have any systems in place. We didn't have anything. It was just these guys would come to the shop with us. We'd tell them what to do. They'd leave. And weren't checking up on stuff. You know what I mean? All the work was great. We'd always
it was
communicate with our
like
clients
a
and
day
things
by
like that.
day.
Yeah, it was just a day by day. Just didn't have much systems in place and things like that. And then like 3 years ago, we met our mentor. That's when we met our mentor, and it was just he changed the game because it was just we were just at a standstill. We could just never get to that mark. We would always hit like 700K in sales, and that was it. We just plateau, and
And
then we were
who
just
is
like,
your mentor?
we want more. James Reed, he's out of Long Island. He goes on Instagram by Roads to 100 Mil. You ever seen him? Roads to
Oh
100 M.
yes, dude, I love his content. I think he also helps
Yeah,
with business overall. Like I think I've seen some of
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
marketing too.
Yeah, so I was actually the first person to ever reach out to James before he even did any coaching or anything like that. Because I seen one post that he posted was he was in debt for like 100 and something K from the IRS, and he got himself out of it, and that kind of like stuck with me because we were in debt also at the time, with not knowing much about business and things like that.
Mhm.
And then I just DM'd him, man, because I'm just trying to learn. Because at
Yeah.
that time there wasn't many coaches and things online. It wasn't somebody I really want to people I didn't want to reach out to because it felt like it was just sketchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
100%.
when I seen him, it was like real. So I messaged him, set up a time. In our first meeting that we talked, it was just we hit it off right. We're like the same people, and the second conversation we had, we just dove right into the business, broke everything down, numbers, and then now it's just we have a whole system in place. We're creating our own systems. We
Wow.
got field operations managers, we got project managers, laborers, everything, man. So we call them field technicians now. But yeah, everyone plays a good, crucial part. We got office staff now. We got social media coordinators now. So we're just trying to expand our presence now. It's pretty cool, man, where we came from now to where
Oh,
we're at now.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's
talking
pretty
from
nuts.
no systems to systems is a big
Yeah.
difference. And so,
Yep.
what is it? His name is Reed. You said
Yeah, James Reed. Yeah, he's
James
the
Reed.
man. Shout out to
So,
James. Yeah.
so James, man,
I
that's
always shout him
awesome.
out.
And so how is
Yeah, we actually presented James because how much he helped us out in business. He basically doubled our business our first year just by cutting things out. For instance, like just having a skid steer, we had a 289D, a bigger, larger skid steer, and he's like, "Yo, why do you use that?" And I wasn't ever thinking about stuff like that.
Mhm.
He's like, did you ever think about the 259, smaller one? And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, what do you do? And we do the smaller patios and things like that. And we don't need a big excavator. And just that, and he's, telling us to go down. I did that trade right once he told me that. I traded it in, got a 259, saved us $1,200 a month alone on payments. So he saved us roughly like, what was it? It was
13,000
1,200,
in the
like
year.
13, 14, 14, $15,000 a year just on that one transaction. There was more stuff that we just broke down in the business and saved us like 60, I think it was like 64 to $70,000 he saved us just by just doing little things like that. So he's
Holy
really good
shit!
at what he does, man. It just
And
breaks everything down, and just he feels like
he's a
he wants
gangster,
to
man.
help you. Yeah, he is. He is.
100%.
He really is.
Everything on his content on Instagram, he's a gangster. I mean, he covers everything
Yeah.
from operations to marketing, everything. I love the guy's content.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of him actually.
Yeah,
And
he's the
so
man. He knows what he's doing.
the system that you guys got from him, were those systems that he was using in his own business at the time, or how
Yeah.
did he come up with those?
Yeah, essentially, I follow the same business plan and things like that. And, he does those affordable patio packages. We call them the affordable patios. We call them our patio packages. We have four
Yeah.
separate patio packages available. When we first started them, they're 15 by 15 and 18 by 18, a 21 by 21 and an 18 by 30 patio. All of our pricing's online, so it's just right to the point. They know what they're going to get for it. All around our showroom that we have, it's all of our patio packages and things like that. First year we sold 15 of them. This was 3 years ago when I told you I met them. That's when we started it.
Yep.
Sold 15 those packages first year. Second year it was 30. And this year it's a little bit slower because the economy is kind of hurting a little bit. A lot of people in our industry are hurting for work and things like that. So I could see a little downfall when it comes to that. So we're roughly around 30 that we sold this year as well. We wanted to hit 50. So I think next year we'll be able to hit that mark with our patio packages. But before, with our pricing to do those kind of patios, I was basically double in price, and I wasn't even tracking days or anything like that. So these patio packages are roughly 1 to 2 business days that we're doing. We break everything down in our business to one single working day. So we break down our overhead, our assets, our labor, everything like that. So everything is broken down to one single business day. So I knew those numbers that I can hit, and then hit at a higher volume instead of doing that package for double. I can only get like maybe 5 to 6 of those patios. I'm doing 30, 40, 30 to 40, 50 of these patio packages.
So what does that
So
entail? You have to drop price in order to get more volume or to be more competitive?
yeah, to get more volume, yeah, but you got to know your numbers also. You can't just drop your price.
Right.
Like I knew exactly what my numbers needed to be, and I knew the profit that I'm going to make in that single working day, and these guys need to finish this in that one business day. So as long as they complete that in that one business day, I know what I'm going to hit. Everything is paid. My overhead's paid for that day and all that. So if I'm doing those once a day for 22, we broke everything down that we work 22 working days per month, 198 working days per year. As long as I'm hitting, as long as I have work flowing every single day, that's how I'm priced out. I'm going to hit my mark, and that's what I need to be doing because I'm hitting my revenue mark where I need to be, to get my money back in those 198 working days. So, I'm not pricing out 365 days because, the patio season's only 8-9 months.
It's very true. That's very wow. You
You know what
guys
I'm
have a
saying?
very strategic approach. I've actually never
Yeah.
even heard of anybody saying the number of working days
Yeah.
within the season for
Yep.
that.
And
So
that's what
when you
we're tracking right now. Like I could pull up, how many working days we already hit from March to right now. I can tell you
wow.
exactly how many working days we worked.
So
I could,
when you mentioned that you guys sold 30 of those patio packages, it was
yeah,
within that span
yeah,
of March to
198 working days.
maybe
And
March
that's
to
not even
September.
that's not even our custom work. You know what I mean? It's not even our custom work at all. So
Do
we
you
still
guys
do those.
so do you
So
guys
we
do
have one crew. We have one crew doing our patio packages and landscaping work, smaller side. They're not the A team. The A team is basically our custom work, cuts, things like that. That know what they're doing. They're the A team. They're pushing all the bigger jobs that are roughly like 5 days to 20 days. We're just on a job that was 3 weeks. So but we're always moving people around where we need to.
Yeah, 100%. And with a team of that size, yeah, for sure. But dude, that explains a lot to me. That actually answers the question that I was going to ask you, which was I know that James really pushes, those patio packages where you don't even need a design. It's very
Yeah,
simple. It's a 10 by 10. You don't need a design. It's the same thing every single time. All you need is the
yep,
lead. You know exactly how much you're going to
exactly.
spend on it. So it's very repeatable. And you just made me realize that too.
Yeah, and that's what's good about the showroom that we have. We have 2,500 square foot showroom of all pavers beyond this point right here. This is just our little office area, and basically on the outside is all of our outdoor kitchens. We have a putting green, and pergola, and then everything on the floor is all pavers. So once somebody walks in here, they know how much this patio package is going to be, or if they want custom work. Once they come in here, they're already sold on us because they see it on the ground, they see us, they see the web,
Amazing.
we have the website laid out and everything. So we're very transparent in what we do. And it's been really good. It's really good. And like I said, we track everything. So I even know how many leads we got from the showroom and how much money I generated. So it's paying off because we pay a little, we pay price, we pay like $4,500 a month just for our showroom alone.
Showroom and office, like you have that
Yeah.
where you are right now. It's a small section of that showroom that you guys use
Yep.
as the office.
Yep. Yeah. We have it split with a fence. You can see the fence behind me. It goes around this way. And
Nice.
beyond that point is our showroom.
And do you
Fire
guys
pit. We
also
have everything in there.
store
Lighting.
tools and materials there too?
No, we don't sell any materials out of here. We usually go
No,
through
no.
like site one.
Store. Like,
What's that?
do you guys store materials there? Like maybe like a little mini
Oh
skid
no, we have
steer,
our
things like that.
so about 8 minutes away from our main office that we have, our headquarters, is our shop. So it's a roughly 60 foot by 100 feet shop. sits on maybe 2 acres roughly. So we got all our trailers there, our trucks there. That's where all the guys go there in the morning. We have a warehouse coordinator, so he's there every morning, making sure the guys, if they need anything, he has everything in order for those guys.
Awesome.
So basically, I don't even need, what's that?
Is that like, I know that you mentioned it's 2 acres, but I would imagine it's not all open space. So when you guys bought over that land, that space, did you guys have to build your own shade structures so that things don't get as wet, like
No,
delicate
so
items?
right now we're just renting. We've been renting for the last 5, 6 years of this place. I want to
Hmm.
say, yeah, about 6 years. And right now we're looking for land. Um, we got big plans on what we want to do, so we're looking for roughly like 25 to 50 acres of wooded stuff because we have some big
Holy
plans on what we want to do with our Christmas business as well, and what we want to do for our community. So I kind of want 25 to 50 acres for a shop, maybe my house, but like 5 acres. I want to build a house on there as well. My brother already built on 25 acres too. So I want something, that I can build on, have the shop as well, and then probably still have this showroom because literally there's 26,000 cars that drive by here on a daily basis. There's a community college across the street. So there's a lot of high traffic. There's a high traffic area. We're in the front too. So we got the main area that people can see. So we light it up on Christmas and everything like that. So we consider this like a big billboard. So
wow.
it's just we're looking at it like a marketing thing, 4,500 a month. But how much 26,000 cars drive by here? It's kind of like a billboard. A billboard is roughly $2,500 a month. So you get two of those. There you go.
Yeah.
There's your advertising.
And you guys get to personalize it for different seasons. You throw different things on there. Maybe some
Yeah.
lights, like you said. So I love that branding play there. I definitely want to talk about two things that you mentioned there, which is branding and the Christmas lights. But I do have a question before we get to that.
Yeah.
So the showroom that you guys have, very, very
Yeah.
unique touch. I don't know many other hardscapers that do have showrooms. So let me ask
There's
you this:
not.
when you set up, an in-person meeting, let's say that somebody books on your website, or they find you, hardscaper near me or patio installer near me, they find
Hmm.
you. Is the first visit of them coming to your showroom, or you guys coming out to their homes to give them an estimate?
No. So basically, we go out to their home. So they'll call here. After our office gets off the phone with them, our office is sending a video to them introducing myself if it's for my lead because I do the landscaping side of the business
Mhm.
leads. My brother does all the hardscaping side of the business leads. So if it's a patio, the office right after the phone call and the consultation set up, they're going to send a video to that client, and it's basically an introduction. Hi, my name is Rich or Chris with Black Diamond Design Landscaping. Thank you so much for joining our company. This is what you're going to expect when we come out to your consultation. If you have any questions, just please jot them down before we arrive. We look forward to it, blah, blah, blah. See you soon. So now they're already seeing our face. And then once we get to the consultation and we get everything that we need, measurements, whatnot, we leave office. We contact the office and say, hey, we just completed that consultation. She sends another video saying, thank you so much for the consultation. I really appreciate you. It's going to take us about 2 to 3 business days to complete your estimate. If you do
Right.
have any questions, you can contact our office, blah, blah, blah. So they're seeing our face again. And in that consultation, we basically have a playbook. In this playbook, it's all about our company, our core values, what we have to offer, frequently asked questions. It even has a picture of our patio base, what's underneath our patio, has our office staff meet the team. So now we're just forming a relationship with them and we're building trust with them right off the bat. So we give them to every single client that we go to. And if they have any questions, they could just look at the frequently asked questions. If it doesn't answer them, they could just give the office a call. Now, after we send that video to them and they want to move forward with it, and we say, great, awesome. They could either come in the office, check out pavers, pick out their material before the contract, gets sent out to them. And then we also send them another video, man, after saying, thank you so much for joining. You guys are part of the family now, blah, blah, blah. So it's just basically we're just forming, you know, we have great structure and with our company, it feels like right now, and it's great.
I
We
think it's
love
a
it. A lot of
beautiful.
people are like, yeah, blown away by all the stuff that we do because it kind of sets us apart from our competition.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful flow, man. I mean, holy shit. I mean, you're talking making it personal right off the bat. And so these videos that you guys
Hmm.
are sending out to the customer, are these just via text, or do you guys use a specific tool for that?
Yeah, so we use Google Voice. Google Voice is, myself, my brother, and the office, they're in it. So if if those two are busy and I see it, if it's a client that I could just answer, I can answer it. If it's not, the office is mainly just answering it, but I could always see what's going on. So if they have a question that the office can't answer, I'm going to answer it, or I'll just message her and say, hey, let's say this to the client, blah, blah, blah. So we're always, checking it out with the Google Voice. They either send it through text and then she sends it through email as well.
Wow, dude, that's awesome. And is it recorded every single time fresh, mentioning their name, or is it just like one video?
No, that would be hard. Yeah, it's basically just me standing up in the showroom, introducing ourselves and things like that, so they can see it all. So when we're there,
Nice.
when we're there and we go over the playbook, I'm also telling them that we have a showroom over here, and they are all like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that. We'll have to stop by, blah blah, blah, and check it out." So we're building trust and we're building rapport with them every single time.
That is freaking awesome, bro. I love that. And
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
that's something that I know that a lot of landscapers don't do, and I love what you guys are doing. It's like building the
Yeah,
trust. Without the trust, you really don't have a lead. You really don't have
yeah,
a
exactly.
like it's
Yeah, and I still build. Do you ever hear of Loom? It's like a
yeah,
kind of
Loom
like
videos,
what we're
yeah,
doing.
where you can record your screen
It's
and
kind of
talk to.
It's kind of what we're doing here. So basically, when I set my estimates up, it's on a presentation, and I put it into a PDF. And then basically, it's just like the same thing on our playbook. It basically runs down, and then it runs through. If there's any drawings or anything like that for the project on
Yep.
that slideshow, and then I'll blow that up, and I'll put my face on it, and I'll basically go over exactly what that job's going to entail. Me talking to the client. So with Loom, you can see who's seeing the estimates. If
Yes.
you see the client, you could see if the client's looking at the video or whatnot, how many times they're looking at it. Are they watching the whole thing? Blah, blah, blah. So when you
Right.
email them and say, hey, did you get the estimate? Blah, blah, blah. Because I have the estimate in there as PDF and all of that for them as well. So I know when they're looking at it, instead of just sending an email out and be like, let's freaking hope for the best. I'm setting myself
Yes.
up hopefully for success. And it's been working out really well doing that because I just started doing that this year and I love it.
Yeah, and it makes a lot more sense. I mean, imagine somebody send you like let's say imagine somebody send you a long ass fucking document and it's 20 pages and it's all
Yep.
financial mumbo jumbo that you don't understand. Like you're not gonna look through that shit, but you have a video, the guy's breaking it down, he's taking the fluff out.
Yep.
Personal because you're looking at the guy that's actually gonna be operating this thing for you. It builds a shit ton of trust, and I can imagine
Yeah.
you can see where you guys close more and separate yourselves more than your competitors, man. 100%.
Yeah, and that's what we're tracking too is our closing costs as well, or our closing rate. So we'll see what that's going to look like at the end of the year. So far, so good. Especially with this Loom, I'm landing a lot more with this stuff. And then
Yeah.
obviously when we're on the job site, I'm always taking photos and stuff like that too, and good angles and things like that. Because if we do land the job, we use Company Cam. I'm sure you heard of that. And
Yep.
Company Cam is unbelievable. We started using that last year during Christmas, and it rolled into this year. So the guys love it. That's why I don't have to go on the job sites in the mornings. The project managers introduce themselves. And they say, hey, do you know what you're doing? We literally give them a project folder with whole description, how much material, things like that they're going to need before they leave the shop. The design, everything. Also, the photos and everything are on Company Cam. So when they get there, they know exactly what they're doing, what to do. We're always on a phone call too if we need to be there. But usually I'm run to the job sites in the mornings if it's a fresh job and I'm introducing the project managers to it. But if I'm not there, then the project managers know exactly what's going on and what needs to be done.
Dude, that's awesome. And who manages that aspect of it as far as giving all the information to the project manager or to the foreman? Who does that?
So the office staff creates the project folder. So it's just like a little 3-ring binder, and it basically has the project address, the name of them, how many days you need to complete the project. When you open it up, it has instructions of what to do and what to cover and what not to miss, what to hit, things like that. It also has tracking too. So anything that they purchase, they're tracking all of our daily expenses. They're tracking all of our how long the guys are on the job sites for, when they're clocking in, when they're clocking out. So at the end of that job, I know exactly how much I'm spending, how much expenses I'm spending. So if they did a project last week, on Monday, my brother and I go over those project folders and I go over all of the numbers, making sure that we're hitting materials, if we're hitting our labor, if we're hitting our overhead, if everything is on track for success. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But if it doesn't work out, we're adjusting right then and there. We're not waiting until the end of the year to be like, oh shit, we need to adjust for next season. We already know, so we're already adjusting everything. So each
Yeah,
week we're always monitoring our numbers.
I love that, bro. And in fact, I'm actually reading a book. I'm sure you've heard of it too, the EOS system. The guy
Mm-hmm.
mentioned there, he mentioned you can't run a company based off the P&L. Like you can't just
Yeah.
wait, 3 months to see, okay, how did we do? It's like, no,
Mm-hmm.
because if you're not fixing things right now, the P&L is going to be shit. So why wait
Yeah.
3 months for the surprise when
Exactly.
you know shit is happening that's wrong right now? Just fix it, correct it.
Exactly. Exactly. And I know there's apps and things like that they can do it right on their app and things like that. But some of our guys break their phones. I have other Spanish guys that don't know what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. And
Mm-hmm.
my other project managers, that's why I love having it on paper because they're jotting it down. When they get a receipt, they're putting it down. Fuel for $125 this time. They keep all the receipts on that project folder. So I'm making sure that all of the receipts match everything that they already written down. So I'm always double checking all of their work too as well. And it's been working out awesome, man, this year doing that.
That's a good way to
So
keep
basically,
people too.
yeah. So like I'll go back to what I was saying before is our office staff, Annalisa, she creates all the project folders, and then myself or Rich will create the company cam, make sure that's all done. And so basically, it's like a folder like this. So this is a job that we're going to be doing on Monday, on Tuesday actually. So it basically has a checklist on the top left corner: needs signed contract, make company cam, make project folder, make expense sheet for this folder. So tomorrow she'll be making a project folder for this, and she'll have an expense sheet in there. And also in the project folder, it has a checklist for my project managers, making sure that they're running through the job site with their client, making sure that they're happy, making sure there's no tools left behind, make sure the driveway's swept, make sure the trailer is organized. So they're just checking it off, and at the end on that checklist, they have to sign their name and date it. Because if something does fall into that, those project managers will get reprimanded or get a check mark or whatnot if they haven't done their job. So we're always tracking. Like I said, we're tracking everything going.
Dude, that is fucking beautiful, bro. That is like a fucking impeccable system. And I'm actually a fan
Yeah,
of the printed paper because I did have somebody on the
yeah,
podcast. Although I was a huge fan of it because they were using Google Drive and they're gonna start getting tablets for people, which I think is gonna be freaking cool. But it's like shit. I don't know who
yeah,
might get an older guy that doesn't know how to use it. But either way, you guys keep
exactly.
it organized and you guys have the SOPs. You guys take out the complexity out of it. And it just reminded
Yep.
me like what you just everything you just said is like it's like kind of like a game. Like you set your own game, your
Mm-hmm.
own system. Like kind of like how when you were in the
We're
field.
contractors, dude. We're dumb.
Yes,
We're contractors. We're dumb. You know what I'm saying? We're dumb. Like, dumb it down, and you'll be all right. So we just dumb everything down, and it's fucking working out perfect.
it's freaking awesome, bro. It just reminded me there too. Like I'm sure you when you were on the field and you were like perfecting the way that you do, a patio. So it's like, okay, let's look at what quarter minus we're gonna use, what membrane we're gonna use.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath we start
Mm-hmm.
placing the papers. Like you look at it like start to finish, and the same thing you're doing in your business, but it's just not like on the field. It's on the business itself, how things are done within the
Yeah.
business. So you can like lay it,
Yeah.
layer by layer by layer by layer, and then there's no
Yep.
room for error.
Yeah, and I always get some guys too on like Instagram and saying like, pick up a shovel, blah blah blah, do this. You should be on the job site, dude. If I'm on the job site, I'm not creating this stuff in the office to expand my business because I have a different outlook of where I want to be in life and in my business too. And we're trying to create something. We're trying to create a fucking $5 to $10 million business around here, just for our hardscaping side, our patio side. Christmas, same thing. We want to hit another 5 to 8 million just for Christmas lights as well. So we want to be like $20 million company
Yeah,
in the next 5 years, and that's what we're aiming for.
and I love that,
So
bro.
it's
And if
it's
you were in
good.
the field, you would not be able to fucking do
I
that.
couldn't do
You
that.
would not.
No,
Like,
I
yes,
couldn't
it
do
would
it.
be.
I couldn't
You
do it.
would win the you would win the respect of those guys that look down on you, like, oh, he's not a real landscaper. Look at him with his nice shoes on, with his nice shirt
Yeah,
on, no stains on it, and they're like,
but they
you're
never seen
good.
me.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they never seen me when I started in 2010 and busted my ass for 12 years. You know what I mean? They never seen that. Or
Yeah,
10
yeah.
years. And then the last three I've been in the office creating, all this systems and stuff so it can work because we never had a system. So now that we do, I can't just leave because everything, in the office they're going to be calling me. What do I do here? What do I do? So I'm always making sure the office is running, the office is paying bills, the office is getting stuff, or else, those
Or
guys
else
won't be
they're
able to get a paycheck, if you know what I mean. Like, I run the paycheck. I still do payroll and everything. I won't give that up. Maybe eventually, but right now I like to see those numbers and I like to make sure everything's running good.
I love it, man. I love it. And like you said, people don't see the hard work. People assume that you're just one of these little influencers, but you're a legit dude, and I can tell. And you
Appreciate
chose
it.
to build a business instead of a job, and I don't blame you
Yeah.
for that. That's what business is all about, to be able to scale and give us the financial freedom that we're looking for. And I'm sure you're passionate. You did it for years. You were passionate about hardscapes. It's not like you're not passionate about it. You're just
Yeah.
putting the people in the right place now to be able to
Yeah.
scale the business. That's all.
That's what it is putting the right people in the right spots, putting the right people in the right positions for you to succeed. You're going to catch some guys, you'll find out that they're not in the right position, move them somewhere else. And if it doesn't work out, get rid of them because they're just going to hold you down. They're going to anchor down your business. You got to find the right people. And right now we do have the right people and you just got to treat them right. You have to treat them right. You respect them. You get on the job site, say they're doing a good job, appreciate you, give them a little extra money if you have to, bring waters, food, help them out. You know what I mean? They need
Yeah.
help them.
Show them you
That's what it's
care. Yeah,
all about.
1,000%. And I love that you guys do that too.
Yeah, we got a little bit. There's this one thing that we got from James. It's called a scorecard. And essentially on Mondays, we go through everything from the previous week. So, website clicks, if jobs were completed on time. So essentially, if I'm on vacation, right, and I'm on a deserted island, and somebody brought me this piece of paper, and I was looking at it, and I just had to go look right down this list, and I seen everything was okay, all I have to do is just give it back to him, say, all right, awesome, everything's working, everything's running smooth, looks good, just by looking at that piece of paper. So James gave me that. It's called a scorecard. The thing's unbelievable. I love it. I do it every week, so I make sure everything, we have a pulse on your company, and you'll be all right.
Yo, I freaking love it. All these, that's funny because that same book I was just talking about, EOS, it mentions the scorecard. It mentions a lot of the same things. So that's awesome. I think he might have even been aligning himself with some of those EOS factors as well. So that's pretty
Yep.
cool. And Chris, let's get into it, man. I'm super curious about this topic here.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Christmas lights, man. Talk to me about Christmas lights because I know you guys are about to add another stream of income, or you guys have been doing it, but you guys are going to grow it even more this year. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, how I knew it worked. James got us into it, and essentially, it was like, what was it, November? I want to say like October, middle of October. He was like, yo, you gonna do Christmas lights this year? I'm like, nah, I think I'm gonna do it next year. He's like, you better fucking do it this year. I'm like, you think so? He's like, dude, fucking do it this year. I'm like, all right, fuck it. So once I dropped the phone, bang, I started getting on it. Started creating stuff, created a logo. It's basically holiday lighting by Black Diamond. Has our logo with a Christmas tree hat on, or Santa hat on it, blah blah blah, with some lights. So it kind of separates it just from the regular pillars that we have, and kind of branded that. Got the logo, created pricing list and things like that. Contacted basically all of our past clients, telling them that we're getting into Christmas lighting. Can you reach out? Blah blah blah. Fast forward, I landed 19 accounts for $48,900. Mind you, the year prior, we had a commercial snow plowing account for roughly $54,000, which is 5-month contract, right? 5 months, 54K. Didn't make shit off of that because, that eats through the profits after during the winter months, trucks, salt, blah, blah, blah. Now for Christmas, like I said, that's $48,900 we made in rev. 3 weeks, we netted 17,800. Right then and there, I said, Christmas lighting is where it's at. We need to focus on this. This was our first year, was in 2022 of November. And then last year of 2023, around, what was it, July, July. Somebody came to us, a big name, the Christmas guys. He came in, Captain Matt. He calls himself Captain Matt. And he sat down in our office, gave us a nice proposal, said, he said, I'm going to fall out with his partner. He's seen what we were doing. He knows what we're about because I've talked to him throughout the years with landscape lighting and things like that. And he helped us out the year prior with Christmas stuff because I ran low on bulbs. He has a whole big inventory, so he ran us over some, helped us out. So I was very much appreciative. I knew what he did in the business. He was like, he's 16 years, he was 14 years in the business at the time we met last year. Fast forward to that meeting, we had a few more, came up with an agreement, because he was having a falling out. We jumped right into it with him. We took all of his clients, basically bought his business out. He's still running it with us because we needed to know his formulas. We brought his office staff in as well because we didn't know anything. You know, he had over 230 clients that we had to service. Basically, all of the garbage, you know, we have all of our stuff in garbage bags and things like that. So everything was thrown in our shop, basically piles of just garbage bags all over the place. He had a system in his warehouse at the time, so he had to just take it all out because he was leaving. So we're all scrambling, trying to create systems and stuff like that because it was late because we have to start installing in October. We started installing in October. Things were a little iffy, you know. He was always optimistic and always like, "Yo, we're on time. We're gonna be okay." And he was making me like, "Oh shit," because we have to get all of these accounts done by Thanksgiving. We nailed it Thanksgiving, and then we did another 100,000 plus after Thanksgiving of all add-ons. So last year we did around $750,000 worth of landscape lighting or holiday lighting. Yeah, we did 750K last year. You want me to tell you how much we netted?
If you don't mind the audience knowing.
We netted 250K in 4 weeks. No, in 3 months. October, November, and December.
Holy shit, dude. You're talking about what, like 70K a month? Holy shit.
Net.
And that's just, oh my
Net.
God.
Just in
That's,
Christmas lights. Our goal
let
this
me
year
ask
is
you, how does it work? Do you guys install it yourselves or do you sub it out or how does that work?
yeah. So the client purchases the lights through us. They're their lights. We install the lights. And then after January, the second week of January, we start taking down and we store those lights for that client. And then the next year, the price drops a little bit because they were already purchased. So the price drops around roughly in half. We figured it out roughly. So if the job's, so let's say a job's $4,000 for you this year. Next year, it's going to be around $2,000. But we're storing your lights. You don't have to worry about anything. We store in everything. If at any point you don't want to use us, take your lights back. See you later. We're not in a contract. We're not in a bind agreement. Most companies around here are 3 years in agreement. We don't just install, we call them gutter slammers. We don't just hit the gutters and whatnot. We do gutters. We do tree branch wraps. We do large decorations. We have a big account for the MVP Arena. It's basically a big arena in our area, and they're huge. So they use a lot of our large decorations too. Large decor is where
How
it's
did you
at too.
land that job?
That was Matt brought it into us.
Really? Also, it was already under him. He
So that was
just,
already and then it's all ours now. So all of this stuff that we purchased through him the first year, we're, came up with an agreement this year, to keep him around because we worked out a 3-year agreement together, non-compete. He can't take clients back, whatever, with 3 years. So this is our second year together. Everything's been running great. We already started talking about Christmas last few weeks. We've had the radio in here because we do a lot of big stuff with the radio. We're going to be on 17 billboards this year because our goal is to hit $1 million this year. So we're going to push really hard this season. Radio just left yesterday. So, we spent roughly like $30,000 on marketing. And this year we're going to go even more to hit this goal. So I think we're going to be there. We have the staff now because our staff knows what they're doing. We have a 4,500 square foot warehouse that's only, it's like 12 minutes from our headquarters here, our showroom. And then it's only like 5 minutes from our shop. So we have our headquarters, our shop where we have all of our hardscaping and our patios and stuff. And then all of our Christmas stuff is in its own separate thing, 4,500 square feet of space that we have just for our Christmas lights. We've had a warehouse manager in there since February getting everything lined up. So now this season, when these guys show up, everything's going to be lined up. We have, all racks and everything like that. We're using an app called Sortly. So he's basically every day is just making sure all inventory is checked. So I could go right on this computer right now and see how much inventory this customer has because he's checking all of that stuff right now. So when the time comes, we know exactly what's going to be where. He'll be able to pull those, put them in a separate location. When those crews show up, they're going to take that, leave. When they leave, he sets up for next week or for the next day. And then when those crews come back for that day, they're going to put them somewhere else where he puts it away. So it's just going to be boom, 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 boom. Last year we didn't have that. Like I said, remember I said there was just thrown into our shop.
yeah.
We had to get bigger storage units and everything for all our wreaths and everything. Now all our wreaths are hung up, marked, So now it all is just, it's going to be known where it's at. Pull it. See you later. Efficiency is going to be crazy this year.
Dude,
So that
holy
net
shit.
250 last year will be like 3, 4.
And that's assuming that you made the same amount that you sold last year, but this year you guys are ramping up the marketing, meaning that holy
Yeah.
shit. Holy shit.
Yeah, we're going to try pushing hard. And Christmas lighting's literally, the Christmas margins, man, they're like 50, 60%, dude. If you're getting into Christmas lighting, you're going to love it. But you got to get in it for the long haul. All these other people around our area are doing it for cheap, man. Like, we don't like those people. Like, you're going to go with us. We have, it's called, we're basically creating it now. It's going to be like Santa's workshop or headquarters or whatnot. Like, when we answer the phone, hi, what's your favorite color? Like that type, giving them the good,
Yeah.
basically just creating a system. So we're trying to create some cool stuff around here with that when it comes to this year. So I don't know much yet because we're still in the talks about it, but it's going to be
Love it.
big. So on social media, you'll start seeing a lot more of it on social media and things like that. I'll start
And I
doing some
know,
stuff.
yeah, I saw you guys' story today. I think you guys, that's how I need to mention this in this podcast, which was you guys were talking in the office like, oh, it's time to get Christmas lights going, and I was like, holy shit, but it's fucking, it's July. What are these guys talking about?
Yeah.
You guys got a whole operation. I
Yeah,
didn't know.
exactly. Yeah, and that's why we're the most. I'm not gonna lie, we're the most expensive around here, but we're the best. We're literally
You
the
provide
best.
the most value
So
for that price.
we give them value. The guys show up with, they all look the same. We play Christmas music. They have to play Christmas music. Once they get to the job sites, they're turning the music on. We have cups with hot chocolate kits, call them, with candy canes. So any kids they see, they have to give it to them. They give some. If somebody comes out, they're giving them to them. People love when we show up because basically they see this and they fall in love. They're like, oh my God, they're playing Christmas music. I was like, yo, we should get all the guys to dress like elves this year. How do you think it would go? They're like, no, we can't do that. Imagine those guys on the roofs looking like an elf.
You should do it. You should enforce it.
I might do it. I might do it to one of my project managers. If I give him a little bit more money, he'll probably pull the trigger.
Dude, that's freaking awesome. And how do you what do you guys reuse? Like, how do you guys leverage all those accounts? Like the landscape lighting. Do you guys use the same trucks that you guys would use for landscaping and hardscaping? And do you guys use the trailers?
Yeah.
Or how did that work?
Yeah, so we took on his we bought his trailer. It's a big one. But we don't like to use the trailers because, we do a lot of them and they're doing high volume. They're doing 10 to 15 accounts a day, each crew. We're going to get 3 crews this season
So how
to
come
try to hit our goal.
one trailer with a lot of stuff in it if they're going to do high volume?
Because we're in tight spots. Some of these accounts that we have are small properties on the road, so they can't pull in because the trailer's going to be sticking out. They're going to be on the road. It's unsafe. So I like having our trucks available because they're just 1-tons and things like that. So they throw the ladders in there and everything that they need. It's been working out. Last year we got lucky because there was really no snow. So I would love, our goal is to get box trucks because I could kind of utilize those as well for hardscaping. You know how that goes in landscaping and putting plants in them, things like that. And then I have the bigger trucks to haul material and things. So we're still in the talks about it, like what trucks are going to work best. We do have to rent a lift, so we're thinking about even buying a lift now because it costs around $18,000 for us to purchase or rent a lift for those 4 months. So I think it's safe if we just let's just purchase it outright.
Yeah, because you're in it for the long run.
We'll
so
see.
if you're gonna instead of spending that 18,000 next year and the year after, if you buy it once, you just use it whenever you need it. So that's a great point. That's a great point.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good. It's good.
Let me get your take on this too, Chris. And I do want to be respectful of your time here. I know you guys probably have a couple of things going on. I have a client.
No problem. I got a few more minutes.
Gotcha. I have a client here in New Jersey, South Jersey. He's doing $70K a month with just landscape lighting. So
Oh wow.
you telling me that you made close to like 70, 80K almost for during those 3 months of Christmas lights. Can that model survive if somebody doesn't have hardscape experience, they don't have lawn care landscape experience, they want to just do lighting? Can that model survive?
If they do landscape lighting and Christmas, or just landscape lighting
and Christmas?
Christmas too?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Those 50, 60% margins are going to carry you during the winter months. So if you're crushing it during the summer months for landscape lighting, that's pretty good right now for, landscape lighting. 70K. Is he netting 70K or is that revenue?
No. That's gross. That's gross.
That's gross. What's he by himself?
It's just him and one other guy, literally. He
Yeah,
has
you
a
should.
day job. He has a day
If
job,
as
and then
long
he
as
at
it's
nighttime.
hard to it's hard to say because I don't know his numbers. I don't know his overhead. I don't know what his assets
Right.
are. I don't know anything about his business. I don't
Yeah.
know how much. I just don't know his overhead. So if he knows his numbers really well and it works out, like I know my numbers really well. I know it's good. What works out, what's not going to work out. And once he knows that and his overhead and all of that, he could break it all down and know if he's going to survive or not. But if he's got good systems in place and he's consistent with everything and he's doing the right thing, yeah, you could succeed for sure. Especially during Christmas, man, if you're crushing it.
Holy shit, you're getting me excited because there's not a lot of guys around me that fucking do Christmas lights. So you never know. Never know what might happen.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Get into it. It's nuts. It's freaking nuts. As
Holy
long as you're
shit.
not afraid of heights. I can't jump on a roof. I can't do it.
Oh,
I won't do it.
you can't take any of those roofing claims. I know that's a big business too, as well, especially over Central America and all that, Southern America.
Yeah, I had to get basically a separate insurance policy just for the Christmas lights too. And I tried like 5 different people. My company that I used for since the last 10 years wouldn't even cover me.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's
Well,
hard
yeah,
to find. It's hard to
because of
find
the
it
danger.
because nobody wants you on a roof. You know what I mean? It's winter. You got snow. No one wants to cover you. No one wants to. No one wants to take that on. So we had somebody take us on. So it's pretty good. They just gave us a good rate. So we're excited. So that's already in force. So I'm happy about that. We're ready to
That's
roll.
that's freaking awesome, and you guys are gonna crush it this year too. Definitely, I can definitely see you guys breaking 1 million. And then Chris, I do want to get
Yeah,
your
I
closing
hope.
thoughts here, just for the smaller landscapers that are listening to us, that are looking up at you, they're watching your content,
Yeah.
they're like, holy shit, I want to be at Chris's level one day, have my own shop, have my own,
Yeah.
be able to make these moves that an entrepreneur moves, not just
Mm-hmm.
a ABC landscaping. So, what advice would you give to somebody like that, that's smaller and that's looking up at you? How can they get to your level one day?
I would just say, just be consistent, treat your guys right, have the right systems in place, and treat your clients right. Whatever, if something happens to your clients and they want something fixed, just do it. If it's not going to cost you much, just do it. Don't let them complain. Make sure you have the right people in place and you'll succeed. As long as you just keep your head down and hustle every single day, you'll be all right.
And what would you say to a guy that is in business? He's at a similar level to you, but his systems are not in place. They are just breaking even though he has a solid team and they have solid work coming in, but they just cannot be profitable. What
Mm-hmm.
advice would you give to a guy like that?
So I would say surround yourself with good people, network yourself, call up bigger builders in the area, call up bigger people that want to talk to you, call up mentors, follow people who are inspirational. That's going to help you. You have to find people that's going to be on your side. And with those people on your side and that's willing to help you and you do the right stuff, you'll get to the next level for sure.
I freaking love it, Chris. That is some golden nuggets there. I hope the audience enjoyed it. And if they want to get in contact with you, whether it's for coaching or just a random question, or if it's a client in your area, how can they get in contact with you? How can they reach you?
So it's at BDD Landscaping on all our social media handles, everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, you'll get a hold of me. I'm the one running all of the accounts. You'll be talking to me personally. So DM us now.
There it is, guys. DM him
Oh,
now.
wait, can I plug this? I got to plug this too.
Yes.
October 24th, roughly, I'm dropping our social media course. This course is going to be nothing like anybody else's. It's not telling you how to do business. I'm going to have some bonus content in there with business stuff. So don't worry. It's going to go over some overhead and things like that and what to do and what not to do, how to help you grow a little bit. There's going to be some branding techniques in there as well, but mainly it's going to be teaching you how to film on the job site to get your content a little bit better, so clients can reach you, or you can get more following on your Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or whatnot. I'm going to be teaching you how to edit directly on the job site with just an iPhone. It's going to be a good time. Can't wait. See you guys then around October 24th. Let's fucking go.
October 24th, guys. You guys heard it. Let's fucking go. Do not miss this opportunity to create worldwide talented content like Chris does. I mean, you guys have what, 10K, 11K. So what you're doing is working, and your account is growing daily.
Yeah, it's slowly right
So
now. Yeah, yeah. It's just basically trying new things every day. If your content isn't working and you're posting the same shit, it's because your content's shit. And I'll admit to it too. Some of my content was a flop. I don't delete it. I just keep it up. But you got to learn from all of, you're always making sure that you're watching your insight, making sure who's sharing what, who's commenting and on what numbers are working. And then basically once you have a viral hit or something that's working, just create content around that idea and just hammer down. Post consistently one, 3, 4, 5 times a day, however you want, but at least post once a day.
At least once a day. Guys, there it is. I hope you guys got some value out of this. Reach out to Chris if you need anything. If you're a client that's listening to this, you're in Troy, you're in that New York area, reach out to Chris. And all my landscapers that watch this that are smaller, want to get bigger, stay tuned for that social media course. It's going to be a game changer. But Chris, I really appreciate coming on, brother. You're an amazing guy. Keep grinding. You and your brother are doing amazing things. And I look forward to seeing your empire keep on growing.
Appreciate you, man. You keep doing the same thing, man. You're doing good things too. So you're helping people grow their brand and grow their business. So you keep at it too, and we'll stay in touch, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for having us.
1,000%, brother. You were an amazing guest. Take care, brother.